are asked to please lock all external doors and vehicles and remain vigilant. Review your surveillance cameras and contact police if you observe anything suspicious. If you see this individual, do not approach him. Call 911.
Yeah, but although very tight-lipped about this investigation, the U.S. Marshal's Office told me that it has been interviewing Zimmerman's mom. The office explained that an investigation is being conducted.
𝗥𝗘𝗚𝗜𝗢, a high-profile bounty hunter and television personality, says he's offering a reward in the search for a missing DeSoto County inmate.
An accused killer made the slip right out from under DeSoto County deputies a few days ago, and tonight Sheriff Thomas Tuggle admits he has no idea where fugitive Joshua Zimmerman is.
I'm coming with all my might.
We are on day 62 of the manhunt for Joshua. Zimmerman escaped from the DeSoto County Courthouse on June 14th. He was last seen in Memphis, Tennessee on June 15th. And he's been a ghost in the machine ever since. Zimmerman is wanted for, that wasn't my middle finger, I'm trying to close the other phone. Zimmerman is wanted for murder in the first degree in Texas, rape of a male in Connecticut, rape of a female in Connecticut, kidnapping in Connecticut, another kidnapping in Connecticut that started in Florida. He's wanted for gun charges in Connecticut, gun charges in Texas, gun charges in Mississippi. He's wanted for attempted murder in Mississippi, armed robbery in Mississippi, and carjacking in Mississippi, with additional charges to come. Now, this individual is a spree killer. What that means is he was charged with a crime in 2023, I want to say, for raping a man, a male inmate. From there, he got word that the DNA linked him to the rape. He cut off his ankle bracelet, and he and his girlfriend journeyed to Houston, Texas. On the way to Houston, they cut through Georgia, they cut through Florida, they cut through North Carolina, and eventually got to Houston. At the time, Zimmerman was in possession of a stolen firearm. He had stolen that gun from his sister's fiance or sister's husband, and he had it with him leaving Connecticut. They get to Houston, Texas. He believes that Kiana is going to turn on him. He blows her brains out. Brain all over the walls, according to the affidavit of probable cause, blood puddles on the floor. It was a gruesome scene. They get there. Vincent, his name was Vincent, that was the suspect. He wasn't there. They release a photograph. The photo makes it back to Waterbury, Connecticut, where officials there call Houston, Texas, and tell them, hey, that's not Vincent, that's Joshua Zimmerman. Big problem, because he's wanted for raping a man, and now he's wanted for the murder, and he wasn't supposed to commit the murder because he should have been in Connecticut. Zimmerman boards a Greyhound bus with $150 to his name, journeys to Mississippi, DeSoto County, a beautiful small town with small town Americans who are not used to master manipulative spree killers coming to town, right? So he finds his next victim, a man at Home Depot in DeSoto County, South Haven, out in Mississippi. Gets a gig job with him doing construction and possibly landscaping. The homeowner invites him to come and do the work. Zimmerman comes and gets the work, but it's not landscaping. He shows up with a gun and pops the guy, shoots him, doesn't kill him. Maybe he thought he did. Victim is rushed to a hospital. And when he gets there, authorities obviously say we have a gunshot victim, so police respond to the house. They get to the house. According to intelligence, Zimmerman was at the house with a girl, but the responding officers did not notice him. So they go into the home, do the inspection, leave. Zimmerman makes a run for it. Again, because he was on the run since the summer before for the rape. Now he's on the run for the rape, the murder, and an attempted murder, carjacking, and armed robbery, right? So fast forward 2 days, he gets caught, he gets arrested, he gets brought to the best place on earth, DeSoto County Jail, run by the 𝗥𝗘𝗺𝗏 sheriff. He gets there. He spends his 280 days befriending the sheriff's little guys and girls. He gets the correctional officers, he gets all of them. And that's when Zimmerman's mother starts cash apping COs, right? So DeSoto County is a great place for criminals. So obviously Zimmerman was cash apping COs. The COs were cash apping other accounts, yada yada. That was going on for well over 200 days. So the June 14th comes up, and it's time for Zimmerman to show up to court And it's the first appearance where he says guilty or not guilty. That is it. That's his appearance. He shows up to court, okay, yeah, he does. And I'm laughing because I'll get to this, but he escapes before entering a plea. So he obviously, that enhances the Texas situation because now he's on the run again for the same stuff, but more, right? Originally, it was a rape of a man. Then he added first-degree murder. Then he added armed robbery, carjacking, attempted murder. Then he added escape. So the crimes aren't getting lesser and lesser. They're getting more and more severe. Started with a rape. He got to first-degree murder. He slowed it down a little bit for all we know, but now he ramps it back up. And I laughed when I said he didn't enter a plea yet because individuals that we've been in contact with that know Zimmerman very well, his supporters, I guess you would call them, they said that he's in it. I don't even know how to say this without sounding idiotic, but Zimmerman, they said, is a murderer because he didn't plead and he didn't have a conviction. And I informed them that you're dancing on technicalities, guys. He was there to plead not guilty. If you escape before the plea, that doesn't mean you get away with murder. That means you're getting an escape charge. That doesn't make you more innocent until proven guilty. No, that is the most idiotic stuff I've heard in my entire life when it comes to just let him. He never pled guilty or not guilty. How do you know he has anything to plead? Well, yeah, you have two options: guilty or not guilty. That's it. I've never heard a judge say, hey, guilty, not guilty, or do you not know? Do you need some more time to think about this and come back? And no, it's two options. He didn't make any, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what he pleads. He is a spree killer in 3 states. He's wanted all across the country. So it's not like an innocent until proven guilty situation. It's just not. The individual is a grave threat to society. DeSoto County downplayed it. It's so bad. They said he's a carjacker, and DeSoto County put other regions in immense risk because when Zimmerman is cornered, he's going to kill, he's going to shoot, and it could be police officers that he kills. And that is another problem. You know, you have a guy willing to kill the police. If somebody's willing to kill the police, you really think that he's not going to kill John Doe walking up and down the street and rape Jane Doe? Yeah, he will rape Jane, kidnap Jane, and kill Jane. He will kidnap John, rape John, let John live for some reason. He lets the men live, but he kills the women. Strange. Again, guys, a spree killer. There's another escape in North Carolina, an individual by the name of, I think, Ralston is the last name. I'm going to check again. That escape is getting great coverage, so we're not going to get on it. If I get, obviously, a text from any friends that are down there saying we've caught the guy, I'll let you guys know on X, and I'll say he's been captured, and that's for the other inmate. I am in a group chat about that case. I'm just not covering it. We're trying to stay on top of Zimmerman because he's slipping through the cracks. And right now is the time that he can really slip through the cracks because now we have another escaped killer that's convicted, 𝗕𝗚𝗏𝗧𝗏 style, on the run. I'm going to say that obviously he's dangerous, but he's dangerous. I mean, he killed the baby. The guy, there's no definite, he's a danger to society. At the end of the day, that's another problem. So North Carolina, you guys be on the lookout. Listen to the local news out there. National networks don't really have much info when it comes to stuff like that. I learned that firsthand. So look for your local networks. Go on X. Look for people that are on the ground. There should be people on the ground in North Carolina for this. You'd be kind of idiotic. You'd be an idiot not to be there if you are from that region and you're in the news. I mean, it's a big story. Exactly why we're not covering it. Big story. Everybody's watching it. If you can see it on your TV, there's no need to see it on X with me. That's what we did during 𝗕𝗚𝗏𝗏𝗧. We really did not care to cover. If it was covered by the mainstream from day one, we would have never covered 𝗕𝗚𝗏𝗏𝗧. And that's kind of what got us into this, which is cool. But again, we're not covering North Carolina unless that takes a drastic turn, and I don't see it happening. That guy should be caught within the next couple of days at most. They have 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 on their way down, and the reason for that is they have a perimeter. 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 was coming to Mississippi, but then the trail went very cold, and there is no perimeter. And Mississippi is now silver. Like gold medal is areas of immense interest. Silver is bronze is he's coming or he came by. But Mississippi is now down. So like Mississippi is less likely than Philadelphia on the list, with Tennessee still being number one. But Tennessee being number one. Mississippi is on the second tier. Okay, so it's like number 4, 5, 6. that's where that is. And we're going to stay on Zimmerman. Again, Zimmerman is wanted in 3 states. He doesn't get any worse than him. He rapes men, he rapes women, harms children, puts them in harm's way. Not like a little pat on the back kind of thing. This guy's a monster. He beats the elders. He rapes everything with a pulse. That is literally a problem, guys. I understand North Carolina is a problem. Zimmerman is going to become an active shooter, and that's going to trump this other guy. Maybe, I guess in the best way to put it, it would be nice if they ran into each other, the 2 killers, and took each other out. That would be the best way to end this. That way no cops get hurt, nobody in the public gets hurt, and the 2 idiots battle it out and both get something, But remain vigilant, especially North Carolina. Yes, because North Carolina is on the places of interest for both. Obviously, the North Carolina inmate and Zimmerman the areas are Atlanta, Georgia, and in North Carolina, it's Raleigh, North Carolina is an area of interest for Zimmerman. So be on the lookout out there. Again, guys, stay safe, stay vigilant. There are no updates. As soon as there are developments happening, I'm not saying that there are no moves. Zimmerman, if you're watching, when I say there are no updates, I mean there's nothing for the public. I don't know what police know. I don't know what authorities know. We don't have any idea what they know. We know what we know. And we know that they are getting a lot closer than meets the eye. Your days are limited, Zimmerman. You had a great vacation. Your cousin told me to let you have it for 3 months when he was angry at me because he said, why are you harassing my cousin that escaped custody? And I said, well, he's got to come back to prison, dude. I mean, you know what I mean? It was the weird conversation, but I said, at the end of the day, you got to go to jail. You kill, you rape, you kidnap, you're done. And his response was, F it. Let him live it out 3 months. What do you care? Well, I personally don't give a crap, but I do when it's I guess I do give a crap because I wouldn't be live every single day telling you guys to lock your doors. There is a killer on the loose, raping men, raping women. Obviously, it's a concern to me because nobody's talking about the story. And if X ends up saving some lives, we made a difference. I don't really care if 1 life is enough to save. So lock your doors in North Carolina for the other inmate. For Zimmerman, remain on the lookout in Tennessee, Mississippi, Florida, Connecticut, Arkansas, Florida, Pennsylvania, New York, DC. I'm going to tweet the list because it's a big one. Again, the list is not random. I'll put it like that. That's all I can really say. The list is not random. It was made with intelligence. I didn't make the list. So I didn't make the list, guys. There's no Nick's regions of interest BS. The list is legit as far as areas that are possible for the escaped killer to be heading to if he did not already head there. If he came to Raleigh, North Carolina, it would have been from July 4th up until sometime around the 15th. And that's a combination of Georgia and North Carolina. So again, leads are being pursued in 7 states just in case he left Tennessee. The feds are proactive, not reactive, okay? DeSoto County, they're neither or. They are not proactive and they aren't reactive. If their reaction is sending a helicopter to circle the courthouse for 4 hours, thinking that Zimmerman, a death row soon-to-be inmate, went across the street for a croissant is ridiculous. If he was getting a croissant or something, I'm pretty sure that give me a break. They spent so much money searching that courthouse like idiots when they could have just saw that no, they couldn't see because an individual took their surveillance. And it wasn't Zimmerman. We found that out very quick. Let me tell you, the guy's not as connected as we had thought, though he has a lot of odd ties. They don't go that far. That's something that Sheriff Tuggy over there is going to have to talk to you guys about. Hopefully he says something and he doesn't delete that too. So stay safe, stay vigilant, ask your sheriff a lot of questions, email him and demand some answers. I don't live there, but when we come to Mississippi, Sheriff Tuggle, it would be cool to get a little bit of a explanation outside of that gag order as to why you thought telling the public that this guy is a carjacker was a safe move when you know from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet that you were dealing with a monster that is not a carjacker, that will kill your men, your women. He'll kill cops, he'll kill kids, he'll kill adults, he doesn't care. He'll rape men, he'll rape women, he'll rape transvestites, he'll rape anything with a pulse, except dogs and cats. That's the only thing I don't know of yet. But with this thing, anything is possible. If you live in DeSoto County, ask Sheriff Tuggy, I'm going to call him Sheriff Tuggy, ask him where the surveillance footage is, and tell him to give it back if you know. I mean, get it back from him so we can start for spinning, so we can find out what is worth hiding. What is it? If it's an escape, you're an idiot because an escape happens so much. North Carolina just happened. Convicted killer. They have the surveillance of that. You are corrupt as F to delete surveillance if you did nothing wrong, and then you want the public to believe you're a holistic sheriff with a great lifestyle that catches criminals. No. You are a criminal. You support criminals. You've released a rapist that rapes men and women. You've released a murderer, a spree killer. And you possibly released the next active shooter that we'll hear about if he's not captured as soon as possible. Zimmerman might only be known to a few hundred of you right now, but if they don't catch him and he acts on his crimes, we're dealing with an escapee that they want to say, they're not even calling him an escapee. They're saying he's missing. Guys, it doesn't get any weirder than this. So we have a missing inmate. Did anybody file a missing persons report? Maybe I should check, because it's not an escape according to the sheriff. It's an inmate is missing. No, this case was botched. People are gonna die. Yeah, the North Carolina guy is dangerous as well. He's a level 4 compared to Zimmerman at a level 3. The reason is because they see that guy. That's why if they didn't have a sighting of that escaped killer in North Carolina, he would be a level 3. No, a level 2, because he's not confirmed to be armed. Zimmerman, the second he's seen, it's game on, and it goes right to a 4, meaning people are gonna die. It doesn't mean that somebody might die and it could get dangerous. The second a confirmed sighting of Zimmerman comes out, people will die in that city. Whether it's Illinois, whether it's Memphis, whether it's Philly, whether it's New York, whether it's DC, whether it's California, somewhere in Los Angeles, wherever Zimmerman ends up, you're going to hear his name, but it's going to be tied to an active shooter who just killed 5 or more people, and we don't want that. We want Zimmerman captured immediately. If you have information, now's the time to talk. Literally, I mean, the time to talk started in June. You're not the first one in the door, and I can guarantee you that people you know are talking about you. And if you're helping him, it's a big network with a lot of snitches. You're dealing with an original kingpin snitch that started, I thought, in 2017. Yeah, 2017. And the last one was in 22, 23. So again, guys, we're dealing with a master manipulator that's the same as Ted Bundy meets Andrew Cunanan, but way worse. Stay safe, stay vigilant, be on the lookout, and good luck. And I guess North Carolina, you guys lock your doors, listen to local police, state police. They should catch that guy, but that doesn't mean put your guard down. Lock your doors, secure your vehicles, report suspicious activity. You guys check your Ring cameras consistently, check your surveillance, and immediately dial 911. There is a perimeter out there, meaning they will get there in seconds. So be on top of that out there. He is dangerous. He's a convicted killer on the run. And then we have Zimmerman on the run. Again, guys, stay safe, stay vigilant, and good luck.